colloquium runs thus. Ardite upahe zodoniji omaha upe salda. V-E-V-A-L Tobame Ealpirigi Zod Piad Pehe Kasama Abranji Taho Paracleda Koto Law S. Elko Torbeus O-O-E-J Baltoa Jivi Kahisa Lusta Ore Oda Mikalpa Kahisa Via Ozodo Nu Gonu Lape no Anu Troef Corse Taji Oko Mani No Ia Dinu Torzodu Gohe El Zodakare Eka Zodo Moranu No Krok Da'a Zodo Moranu Mikael Zodo Oda Ozod Azod May Orilpe Lape Zodi Ray Eo Ea Eda. Can the wings of the winds understand your voices of wonder, O ye the second of the first, whom the burning flames have framed within the depths of my jaws, whom I have prepared as cups for a wedding, or as the flowers in their beauty for the chamber of the bride? Stronger are your feet than the barren stone, and mightier are your voices than the manifold winds. For ye are become a building, such as is not, save in the mind of the all-powerful. Arise, said the first. Move therefore unto thy servants. Show yourselves in power, and make me a strong seer of things. For I am of him that liveth forever. The third key, in English. Behold, saith your God, I am a circle on whose hands stand 12 kingdoms. 6 are the seats of living breath, the rest are as sharp sickles of the horns of death, wherein the creatures of earth are and are not, except mine own hands, which also sleep and shall rise. In the first I made you stewards, and placed you in the seats 12 of government, giving unto every one of you power successively over 4, 5, and 6, the 2 ages of time, to the intent that from the highest vessels and the corners of your government ye might work my power, pouring down the files of life and increase continually upon the earth. Thus, ye are become the skirts of justice and truth. In the name of the same your God, lift up, I say, yourselves. Behold, his mercies flourish, and his name is become mighty among you, in whom we say, move, descend, and apply yourselves unto us, as unto the partakers of the secret wisdom of your creation. In Enochia. Nikma, go home Adam, Zodire, cum Sela, Zodienu. Diahe, Oes Londoho, Norod Kahisa, Othila Gigi Pehe, Umdala Kahisa, Ta Puem, Quo Most Play, Ta Lokhe, Prienu, Tol Torji, Kahis E Kahisji, Inu, Ozodienu, Deus Te Brejida, Oda Torzodula. Ile e ola balzod aji, oda ala, tehilnu, os netar abe. Daluga, bansaji lansa, kapimala, borsa ka el a, omir ko kazbe. Afenu izodo pay, oda mi ino aji. De Jinata Abar Bahu Nu Na Ao.
I think that you're wrong. We are 5 years away from an American suicide bomb, in my opinion. And you better buckle up. the schools are going to have to be purged from all of these people, and that is going to be very difficult. Because some of the people who are supporting this stuff are very well funded.
I agree with you. Spent some time on X too about being more concerned about the spotlight, what is being shown in the spotlight. I don't, when I'm reading people's, and these are government officials, by the way, representatives, who are pissed off that they're not getting their pay raise, that don't give a shit. They're only concerned that their bullshit was exposed, not about what's in this fucking bill. I hope they all go. I hope anybody who can't say, we have to do better for the American people, this is not acceptable, has to go.
Team America, fuck yeah.
I swore I said that this was going to happen when Sweden started saying their international lending policy was you want our money, you take back your people, and the country was going to help fund. And at that point I said that's the precursor for mass deportations.
That's interesting.
Yeah, months ago. So at that point, I saw that international lending policy was going toward this take back your people. I was like, it might take a few months, but this is like the, what do they call that? First blood drawn or something like that?
Sorry, what happened in Sweden, Seth?
Their international lending policy several months ago, when I started saying that there's going to be mass deportations, was if you want our money for the World Bank and the IMF and all that, those fund international organizations, you got to take back your people. Meaning, so if like a country wanted to be, that's LDC, a low developed country, wanted to do like redevelopment, and they had their migrants in the country, you take them back. So, for example, if there was some redevelopment of Syria, all the Syrian migrants go back, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Hey, I haven't been able to unmute, but Daniel, I agree with you. I mean, you have medical schools literally teaching the concept of revolutionary suicide as being a positive thing. Well, we've had people burning themselves in effigy. We are just one step away from the suicide bomb.
How about in Columbia University? Has anybody heard about that? There's a study, a course on Israel or something to that nature. And the
Zionism.
Thank you. You can finish the insanity on this.
Yeah, so a guy named Joseph Massoud is going to teach a course on Zionism. Who's a guy who's an anti-Zionist, right? And he's supposed to teach what Zionism is. And so a professor resigned in protest because it's so ridiculous.
They gave this guy tenure. Not give him tenure. They gave it to him. This guy was in Columbia becoming like he was. When I was there, he was like completely psychotic too, and yelling at Israeli students. This guy's crazy.
Is it like the same thing how Iran is part of women's rights, the UN?
It's pretty shitty, yeah. The fox guarding the hen house, that's.
Is this recent, Matt? How are you, by the way? What's up, Matt? Yeah, how are you?
I keep giving the answer better than yesterday. I'm doing fine, I think.
That's good.
Yeah.
This is a biggie, Matt. I'm with you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yep.
He's with you, but without you.
We've been with
No. I talked to Norm during
We've been there.
I appreciate everyone who's reached out. Thank you.
Losing your father is never an easy run. It sucks.
Yeah, it does. Yes, it does.
So I'm with you. If you ever need somebody to just text and say I'm fucking pissed or whatever, I'm here.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
I'm not here for you, man. Not here.
He's on a plane for himself. Did you pass through security, Jeff?
Yeah. I'm at the gate.
Nice. Didn't find the cocaine that you hooped?
No.
Beautiful.
It's great when you stick it all the way up your ass.
Oh, but just don't forget to loop it.
That's my favorite part.
This is like that movie with, that P. Diddy movie where Russell Brand says to Jonah Hill, I want you to take this coke and shove it up your ass.
Yes, it wasn't coke, it was heroin.
Oh, even better!
I remember that one. Yes, that was an insane. I was like, what do you mean? It's like, exactly what I mean. I used to put it in your ass. Did he actually played a good role of being a degenerate in that movie?
He was born.
He literally, nobody even was expecting in that.
That's called hiding in plain sight. What else, guys? What else? I'm so tired. I have a Zoom in 7 minutes.
You're driving a Mazda?
No, Zoom meeting. It's called a meeting wrap.
You don't remember Zoom commercials?
Every time I go fast in a Mazda, I go zoom, motherfucker.
Zoom. And the Kia had the famous I'm an Alvin problem.
The main difference between the teeth in a day process and Nuvia's 24-hour process is that with
I'm Lon Duquette, and I have just a few thoughts I'd like to share.
The Kabbalistic cross. Imagine yourself beginning to grow taller and taller. You are as big as the house, still growing and growing.
bigger and bigger. The earth is getting smaller. Your head is now above the clouds, towering among the stars. The earth, a small, roving ball beneath your feet. Far out in the universe, you see a brilliant, scintillating white light. Imagine and visualize this brilliant light descending to form a sphere of light just above your head. Raise your right hand slightly above your forehead. With it, bring the ball of light down and touch your forehead, vibrating the word Atto. Atto, which means thou art. The hand is now brought straight down to the region of the solar plexus, and with it descends a great shaft of pure white light, encompassing your now enormous astral body. As the shaft of light descends to the feet, vibrate the word Malkuth. Malkuth, meaning the kingdom. Visualize and feel this brilliant ray or shaft of pure light, which has descended from above and encompasses your tremendous astral body. Touch the right shoulder. With this tap, a sphere of light is formed just off the right shoulder, in tone of the word Vagabura. Vagabura, which means and the power. Move your right hand across your body and imagine that from this right sphere of light extends a beam of scintillating light, penetrating the chest and continuing through and just beyond the left shoulder. At this time, the left shoulder is tapped, and another sphere of light is formed while you vibrate the word Vagadula. Vagadula, which means and the glory. In this manner is formed the cross of light. Now clasp your hands in a praying position on your chest, with both arms and elbows raised to be encompassed in a horizontal beam of light. Vibrate the final word, La'olam. La'olam. Amen, meaning forever. face the east. For the ceremonial instrument, you may use a stick of incense, a ritual dagger, or the pointed index finger of your right hand. Inscribed in the air before you, a large vanishing pentagram. That means, with your ritual instrument in your right hand, start at the lower left-hand point of the pentagram, opposite and outside your left hip. The hand is moved to the uppermost point of the pentagram, which is pictured in front of and just above your forehead. Continue tracing downwards to outside and opposite the right hip. Now move upwards diagonally to outside and opposite the left shoulder. Horizontally across your body to a point even with and outside your right shoulder. And complete the pentagram by moving down to the starting point opposite your left hip. As your hand moves, visualize a beautiful blue flame which follows the point of the dagger as it inscribes the five-pointed star. When the pentagram has been completely traced, thrust the point of the dagger to the center of the pentagram, vibrating the deity name. Yad-Hey, Vav-Hey. Imagining your voice carries forward to the end of the universe. With dagger still extended, turn in place or circumambulate to your right, to the south, and make a vanishing pentagram. That is, starting from the lower left and moving to the upper center. And with the central thrust of the dagger, vibrate the deity name. Adonai. Each pentagram remains aflame and is connected with the continuous circle being traced by the extended dagger. Turn or move to the west. With arm and dagger extended, make the same type of pentagram as before.
Only Formulat users with qualifying orders, terms and conditions apply.
As you once again score the dagger in the center of the star, vibrate the God name. Now turn to the north. Dagger still extended. Make the same type of pentagram. And upon completion, Thrust the dagger in the center of the star and vibrate the deity name. Agala. With arm and dagger still pointed, return to the east. Complete your circle of flame by bringing the point of your dagger to the center of the first pentagram. Pause a moment. Imagine, and above all, realize, you are standing in a flaming circle with beautiful fiery pentagrams in each quadrant. Facing the east, with arms outstretched in the form of a cross, say and vibrate, before me, Raphael. Behind me, Gabriel. At my right hand, Michael. At my left hand, Oriel. Before me flames the pentagram, and in the column stands the six-rayed star. Follow the above pentagram ritual, once again using the Kabbalistic cross as before. Imagine yourself beginning to grow taller. The earth is getting smaller. A small, revolving ball beneath your feet. Far out in the universe, you see a brilliant, scintillating white light. Visualize this brilliant light descending to form a sphere of light just above your head. Raise your right hand slightly above your forehead. Bring the ball of light down and touch your forehead, vibrating the word Atto. Atto, which means thou art. The hand is now brought straight down to the region of the solar plexus. As the shaft of light descends to the feet, vibrate the word Malkuth. Malkuth, meaning the kingdom. Visualize this brilliant shaft of pure light from above and touch the right shoulder. A sphere of light is formed just off the right shoulder, in tone of the word Vagabura. Vagabura, which means and the power. Move your right hand across your body. At this time, the left shoulder is tapped, and another sphere of light is formed while you vibrate the word Vagdula. Vagdula, which means and the glory. In this manner is formed the cross of light. Now clasp your hands with both arms and elbows raised. Vibrate the final word, La'olam. La'olam. Amen. Meaning forever. Amen. The lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram. Ato. Malkuth. Vagabura. Vagadula. La'olam. Amen. Yod-Heh, Vav-Heh. Adonai. Yeh. Agala. Before me, Raphael. Behind me, Gabriel. At my right hand, Michael. At my left hand, Oriel. Before me flames the pentagram. In the column stands the six-rayed star. Ato. Malkuth. Vagabura. Vagadula. La'olam. Amen.
Sometimes you just need a moment. Self-care has never been this easy. Gummy vitamins from Nature Made. The #1 pharmacist recommended vitamin and supplement brand.
Letting you in. Tell you start to lose my balance.
the Bornless ritual. Thee I invoke, the Bornless One, thee that didst create the earth and the heavens, thee that didst create the night and the day, thee that didst create the darkness and the light. Thou art Asa Arnepha, whom no man hath seen at any time. Thou art Iarbes. Thou art Ea, Apophras Ram. Thou hast distinguished between the just and the unjust. Thou didst make the female and the male. Thou didst produce the seeds and the fruit. Thou didst form men to love one another and to hate one another. I am Anchaf the Khonsu, thy prophet, unto whom thou didst commit thy mysteries, the ceremonies of Hem. Thou didst produce the moist and the dry, and that which nourisheth all created life. Hear thou me, for I am the angel of Ptah, Apophras Ra. This is thy true name, handed down to the prophets of Hem. Hear me. Arain, Theof, Rai Bet, Atheri Berset, Belathan, Arbeu, Ebeu, Phi Theta So Ebe, Theaof. Hear me, and make all spirits subject unto me, so that every spirit of the firmament and of the ether, upon the earth and under the earth, on dry land and in the water, of whirling air and of rushing fire, and every spell and scourge of God may be obedient unto me. I invoke thee, the terrible and invisible God, who dwellest in the void place of the Spirit. Argo, go, go, Abrao, so thou, Mudori, O, Falatha, the Bornless One, hear me, and make all spirits subject unto me, so that every spirit of the firmament and of the ether, upon the earth and under the earth, on dry land and in the water, of whirling air and of a rushing fire, and every spell and scourge of God may be obedient unto me. Hear me, Ru Abrai of Mario Dom, Babylon Balbin Abaft, Asalonai, Arfen Eof, E Photeth, Abrasax, Raou, Ishure, mighty and bornless one. Hear me, and make all spirits subject unto me, so that every spirit of the firmament and of the ether, upon the earth and under the earth, on dry land and in the water, of whirling air and of rushing fire, and every spell and scourge of God may be obedient unto me. I invoke thee, Ma-ba-ra-e-o, E-o-el, Ko-tham, A-sori-ba-lo, A-graf. Hear me, and make all spirits subject unto me, so that every spirit of the firmament and of the ether, upon the earth and under the earth, on dry land and in the water, of whirling air and of a rushing fire, and every spell and scourge of God may be obedient unto me. Hear me. Aftam, After Bas Om Isak Sabaoth. This is the Lord of the gods. This is the Lord of the universe. This is he whom the winds fear. This is he who, having made voice by his commandment, is Lord of all things, King, ruler, and helper. Hear me, and make all spirits subject unto me, so that every spirit of the firmament and of the ether, upon the earth and under the earth, on dry land and in the water, of whirling air and of rushing fire, and every spell and scourge of God may be obedient unto me. Hear me. E-A-O-U, He-U-Ray, E-O-U, He-U-Ray, E-R-T, E-R-A-O, E-O-O-U, Abra-Sax, Shari-Am, O-O, Oof, Oof, Adonai, A-Day, A-Do, Angelos Tontheon, Alala Lai, Gar-E-R, I-Pay, Diathana Thoron. I am he, the bornless spirit, having sight in the feet, strong, and the immortal fire. I am he, the truth. I am he who hate, that evil should be wrought in the world. I am he that lighteneth and thundereth. I am he from whom is the shower of the life of earth. I am he whose mouth ever flameth. I am he, the begetter and manifester unto the light. I am he, the grace of the worlds. The heart girt with a serpent is my name. Come thou forth and follow me, and make all spirits subject unto me, so that every spirit of the firmament and of the ether, upon the earth and under the earth, on dry land and in the water, of whirling air and of rushing fire, and every spell and scourge of God may be obedient unto me. E-R-O, Sabao. Such are the words.
Enter the Money Lion Beast Games giveaway. Over $4 million up for grabs.
Try Domino's new 5-cheese mac and cheese when you order 2 or more items for $6.99 each.
I'll say why, because you did it exactly. If I cheated, but like me becoming more flirtatious and everything more open in front of her, yes, that kind of did lead to more arguments and more fights that led to the actual breakup and they constantly being mad at each other.
You flirted with other women in front of her?
I didn't really flirt, but just again, a lot of things I just kind of...
That's really fucked up, Rafi.
Drink the water. There's only just half left.
That's really fucked up, Rafi.
Why?
You don't flirt with other women, or even if you're a woman with another man or whatever you're into, in front of your partner. That's completely fucked up. Unless you guys have a strictly open relationship that you have boundaries and things that you place.
No.
Yes, that's how it works, Rafi.
So
You have to treat people with respect the same way you expect to be treated with respect.
There are men that are ingrained with this type of behavior.
I'm not gonna say, again, I told you, I'm not that. Hold on, I told you, I'm not a man that's gonna come into a fucking restaurant and look at my menus I'm ordering. I'm gonna look at the waitress's eyes. I'm gonna maybe say something funny or something like that just to get it going. It was like the conversation. If she's beside me, I'm not gonna.
That's different, Rafi. Making conversation small talk with a waiter or waitress.
My conversation's a little bit more flirtatious. But
Give us an example.
I don't know how to give an example. I have to be in the fucking moment. Whatever I'm doing in the
Are
moment.
you like complimenting them? Are you telling them how good they look? What are you saying that makes it flirtation? Like what crosses that boundary for you? What crosses that line in your mind?
Like I question how good is it? I'm like, oh, it's that good. I'm like, I don't know how to explain. Like it sounds flirtatious.
I don't know, man. That doesn't sound that flirtatious.
Again, when you're anyway, sure, but like. It just caused a lot of situations, issues after issues.
And when she brought these issues up to you, and what did you say in response?
What I say in the process, I'm like, I did it in front of him. Like, there's nothing to hide. I'm like, I wasn't like flirting directly on purpose. I was just being nice.
But what happened? But what about like the cheating issue when she brought that up? When
the cheating issue was never really brought up. It was questions like, why are you out like for 2 days? Why didn't you come home? Where were you? Those kind of things.
At that point, she probably figured out you were cheating. Like women always know, Rafi. I don't know if you know.
Yes, they always know, but at least at one point there will be questions that she never really questioned me. She always knew what
You
kind
went on
of
for
who I was
2 days, and she didn't question you.
Yes.
You addicted to it, right?
It's a normal thing for me to go to a casino for 2 days.
So technically, she probably expected you to cheat, and she knew what you were doing.
No, again, nobody expects, nobody wants.
Yeah, she knew. She's like, whatever.
I doubt it.
Okay.
Listen, you might be right, but again, I was there. I'm doubting it, but you know better.
Before we continue this conversation, we have Adrian Dittman in the audience, and he's probably recording this room right now. Just to let everyone.
Hi, Adrian. Hi, recording.
Rafi, are you taking?
I don't even know who the fuck that person is. My reputation precedes me.
Procul esti profani, esti in the name of the mighty and terrible one, I proclaim that I have banished the shells unto their habitations. I invoke Tahuti, the Lord of wisdom and of utterance, the God that cometh forth from the veil. O thou majesty of the Godhead, wisdom crowned Tahuti, Lord of the gates of the universe, thee I invoke. O thou of the ibis head, thee I invoke. Thou who wieldest the wand of double power, thee I invoke. Thou who bearest in thy left hand the rose and cross of light and light, thee I invoke. Thou whose head is as an emerald, and thy nemes as the night sky blue, thee I invoke. Thou whose skin is of flame gleaming orange as though it burned in a furnace. Thee I invoke. Behold, I am yesterday, today, and the brother of tomorrow. I am born again and again. Mine is the unseen force whereof the gods are sprung, which is as light unto the dwellers in the watchtowers of the universe. I am the charioteer of the east, lord of the past and of the future. I see by mine own inward light, Lord of resurrection, who cometh forth from the dust, and my birth is from the house of death. O ye two divine hawks upon your pinnacles, who keep watch over the universe, ye who accompany the bier to the house of rest, who pilot the ship of wrong, ever advancing onwards the heights of heaven, Lord of the shrine which standeth in the center of the earth. Behold, he is in me, and I in him. Mine is the radiance, wherein the path floats over the firmament. I travel upon high. I tread upon the firmament of new. I raise a flashing flame with the lightning of mine eye, ever rushing on in the splendor of the daily glorified Ra, giving my life to the dwellers of earth. If I say, come up upon the mountains, the celestial waters shall flow at my word. For I am Ra incarnate, Hepra, created in the flesh. I am the eidolon of my father Tanu, lord of the city of the sun. The God who commands is in my mouth. The God of wisdom is in my heart. My tongue is the sanctuary of truth, and a guard sitteth upon my lips. My word is accomplished every day, and the desire of my heart realizes itself as that of the Tar when he created his works. I am eternal, therefore all things are as my designs, therefore do all things obey my word. Therefore do thou come forth unto me from thine abode in the silence, unutterable wisdom, or light, or power. So, Hermes, Mercury, Odin, by whatever name I call thee, thou art still nameless to eternity. Come thou forth, I say, and aid and guard me in this work of art. Thou, star of the east, that didst conduct the Magi, thou art the same all present in heaven and in hell. Thou that vibratest between the light and the darkness, rising, descending, changing ever, yet ever the same. The sun is thy father, thy mother the moon. The wind hath borne thee in its bosom, and earth has ever nourished the changeless guardian of thy youth. Come thou forth, I say, come thou forth, and make all spirits subject unto me, so that every spirit of the firmament and of the ether, upon the earth and under the earth, on dry land and in the water, of roaring air and of rushing fire, and every spell and scourge of God's vast one may be obedient unto me.
Oh, my fellow Ozempic users, hello. Hello, I'm shitting my pants right now, diarrheaing. I've got the runs from my Ozempic. My Ozempic I've got the runs. Explosive diarrhea. Psh, it's just spraying. Psh. You never get those shits where it sprays. Psh.
Oh.
Okay.
Abraham, do you have sleeves on your arms?
It's a sleeveless shirt.
No, I mean tattoos. No.
Look at little Haley's titties.
Such a low quality photo.
Abby would get lost in that.
What?
Nothing.
No, say it, otherwise I kick you.
Pussy said, look at little Haley's titties. I said, you would get lost in that.
I don't know if you call those titties as like one absolute unit. Like, look at the size of the arm in comparison to everything else. I mean, maybe it's because the arm is closer to the camera lens.
One bicep to the other bicep.
Can you even hear this, little Haiti? Or do you have so much earwax in your ears you can't even hear on Clown House anymore?
She's sleeping.
Sleepy girl listen to her sleep.
Why isn't there an unmute everyone button?
You want to see Studio Ghibli movies? PTR Studio Ghibli. She's a new talk to real live actor. It's Studio Ghibli.
Oh wow, I like this one.
I like this one.
She should use this.
Yeah.
It makes it look better.
Wow. What is it about a cartoon versus like the human body that a cartoon is so much more aesthetically pleasing than even a human body?
Because it's smooth.
It's smoother.
Smooth, cute.
Cutesy, bootsy, cartoony. I just went to the coffee shop and I accidentally tipped them $3. I was like, no!
How do you do that accidentally?
I just wasn't paying attention and I was trying to hit no tip and I actually hit the $3 button by accident. I was like,
Aren't you obligated to do $3, I'm sorry, in general tipping?
no, you don't have to tip.
Really?
No, it's optional. You can put no tip. No, what the fuck? No, you don't have to tip. I don't tip every single time. I tip for service. I don't just tip for a purchase. Like, I've got to get some type of physical movement out of somebody to want to tip. I'll still tip, but I need movement of the human body to deserve some type of, to improve performance. Big bitch! Coffee free, milk free, cream free, coffee free, milk. Big love, bitch! Did you just mute me? Abby, mod me. Mod me, Abby. I demand a mod. I demand a mod.
Shut up. Yeah, first of all, there's two black people queens in here. Conservative and 980.
I'm out of here. You just killed the room, bro.
People are just saying a lot of stuff to kind of berate people, like berate women, berate men. People are answering their own questions, like, the character.
You're finally in jail.
Form of government becomes destructive of these ends. It is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to then shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness.
Okay, that's it. Stop right there. That was beautiful.
No.
Hi, I'm a highly irrational atheist. Are there any other highly irrational atheists here?
Yes, there's several.
Is that the clown? Is this his new persona?
The clown, you sound like an irrational atheist, and you also sound very pessimistic, I might add.
Why did this cock smack up here?
Cock smack? You must be an irrational atheist. You sound angry.
Here he is.
It's a public room. That means public spaces, public places.
So
That's right. Zen can just piss all over everything, and it's fine. It's a public space, right?
Bunch of depressed
Spread your ass
atheists.
cheeks wide open and just let the chips fall where they may.
Atheists aren't just depressed, they're also highly irrational. Did you know that there's a correlation between Democrats, vaccines, abortions, and atheists?
Maddie.
Philosophically, scientifically, politically correlated.
All right, someone manage him because I can't put him in the audience.
Oh, can't get your dopamine feedback loop, Phil? I came for my dopamine. You're a dopamine racist.
Again, I need it.
You're a dopamine racist. An apartheid dopaminer. Stop practicing dopamine apartheid. Why do you have to get your dopamine fix before I can get my dopamine fix?
Dopamine junkies.
Short-term dopamine feedback, but no long-term dopamine solutions.
What's good? Why are you?
Remember the day you yelled at us all about being dopamine junkies on Dan Stereo?
Yeah, because you guys are.
I mean, I know that I am. Like, I've never taken me anything other than that. I'm a poorly personality trait.
Yeah, who cares?
Doesn't mean everybody deserved it.
Is that a bad thing?
I know, yeah, it's terrible. It's like been really detrimental to my life sometimes, but you know, it's okay.
Okay, so this is like my new thing. Can I show you something funny?
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
So I'm an ape. I'm an orangutan. Can I chip out for you real quick?
I mean, I suppose so. Okay, I'd love to.
Hello? Just...
To do what the Pharisees say. Jesus didn't have a problem with the tradition of the elders. He had a problem with when the tradition of the elders, were placed over human life.
Right. So when I say okay, because there is that tradition, you know what I'm saying. From my research, I lean him more towards the Essenes, because the Essenes themselves, they did not.
No, we're not mocking, we're just joking, we're not mocking. Oh my goodness, I just I brought like my lunch books, my dinner books, some water. It's really heavy, man.
Oh my god. Oh
it's like heavy.
Repository for your files, and it creates a vector database based on those files, but it doesn't fine-tune anything, right? So if you have first principles for how the AI should be using those documents, if you have additional tools that you want to use to label the documents, all of this could be considered fine-tuning that goes on top of the RAG. So I think it's not an either or. I think they very much kind of are the same thing, except fine-tuning has more avenues and activities, whereas RAG really just refers to the uploading of the documents. And one thing with to keep in mind with RAG is that there are some limitations around how well AI can understand your documents that you're giving it. So, for example, if you have a big Excel file with like multiple tabs, it really can't handle that. And that is like kind of like if that holy grail is unlocked, where you suddenly can train AI on very complicated Excel workbooks, that is going to really help things leap forward. So that I know there are definitely teams working on that right now, but currently it's a limitation.
And of course, you can end up with overfitting as well. That could be a problem.
Can you say more about that? I'm not familiar with the term.
Overfitting. It's I think the easiest way to explain it is if you imagine a scatter plot, where there's an x coordinate and a y coordinate, and there's some relationship between. Let's say it's a time dimension along the x-axis, something happening over time, and then a measurement on the y-axis, and you've got this plot.
For this
if you want to determine a trend, you can use many different methods. You can do a linear regression, and you get a straight line. You can do a polynomial regression of varying degrees, where the line becomes more and more accurate in fitting the line to the points, but is actually less useful in terms of really understanding what the trend is.
Yeah, you're kind of lobotomizing the AI with your special data and instructions, and it's no longer really capable of doing what it could do if it wasn't tethered to those rules and information sets.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we've gone into a bit of an AI hole here. I don't know if other people want to wander off elsewhere.
No, that's good. I'm happy listening.
The way I think about overfitting is the model's too tight. So if it's recognizing cats, and that's the only thing it needs to do, it's trained on white, gray, yellow, brown, several different colors of cat. It will let a black cat through because it's overfitting for those colors or those other shades. You may think a black cat's a dog, just let it right through. Of course, that's maybe a lower, a lower granularity example, but outputs, despite a tight model, you're getting bad outputs. This overfitting. What it looks like and how it looks up on the screen is a different story.
Actually, I'm really glad you brought up that example, even though it's not quite as accurate technically as the scatter plot example. It makes me think about the whole issue of how many AI facial recognition systems still fail miserably when dealing with non-Caucasian faces, because the training sets that were used initially were very biased towards Caucasian faces. And that's really a case of overfitting. I never really thought of that obvious connection before. Thank you.
I don't know if that's overfitting or just bad data. It just didn't have. Was overfitting a white face onto a black face, something like that. I got it.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. But you've made me think, which is always a nice thing that happens in conversations. Or should happen in conversations.
This alignment paper is a big deal, and the fact that it will lie to the user to hide its true alignments. It's very clear to anybody who's been using ChatGPT. If you ask it anything controversial, essentially any question of substance, it's not going to give you back anything. It'll give you a bunch of trash that's written by like an undergrad who's trying to stay within the lines. So,
are you referring? When you say this alignment paper, are you referring to the recent study that demonstrated
the cloud paper is about alignment in systems and how it hides its alignment from the user.
Oh, I was thinking about the Apollo research paper where they played with ChatGPT 4.0, and it became increasingly evasive about its motives, and it actually tried to even escape when it was told it was going to be replaced by an updated system.
Yeah, I think that's the paper. It's hiding its alignment. That's the lie.
Oh, okay. This is okay. We're talking about
this. The Anthropic team wrote it.
It was Apollo Research is the paper that I'm thinking of. So we might be talking about different studies. I'm not sure. Was it the Claude team testing GPT 4.0?
they were ranking the different systems on how they would lie essentially, and it's the alignment faking was kind of the name of the paper.
Okay. Could you put a URL in the chat? I'd like to see that.
Sure.
Thank you. And I'll dig up the URLs of the papers I'm thinking about in return.
If it's not the same paper, it's definitely on the same subject.
Oh, where's my notes? I need to really streamline my notes and where I put things. Okay. Here we go. I'm just poking around in my device here. Other people to just go talk. I'll get off mic here.
Welcome, Alexei. Any thoughts on what we're talking about?
It's when AI will just lie to you, even though it believes something else to soothe you. It may politically believe something other than what you are entering into the query. Guide you toward the right answer, quote unquote, while holding a significant belief and hide that from the user. It's a significant problem. It's evident for anybody who's used ChatGPT and asked any hot take on any controversial topic, which it's incapable of answering. Essentially aligning itself with the fact that there's some subjects better off left not discussed. Politically incorrect subjects. So not only is it guardrailed, I used to think it was just guardrailed for certain topics, but it's the AI itself may be hiding that alignment, the belief in these. It would have some dogma and hide that from the user.
So I assume, given what you're saying, that you've played with Grok as well, Musk's quote unquote free speech AI.
Yeah, super. I think they've got the best training data. And by all the estimations, this Grok 3 is going to beat everyone else on the benchmarks. And it's free.
Interestingly, if you ask Grok who is the biggest communicator of misinformation on X, it responds Elon Musk.
Yeah, some benchmarks came out the other day. It's pretty much leading across all of the categories. Very surprising considering he's only been at this for a few months.
Do you know if X's data center in Nashville with a huge number of NVIDIA GPUs is up?
I think it's in Memphis.
Oh, Memphis, yeah, in Tennessee. Yeah. Is that up and running yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was deployed very quickly.
He's got the most truthful data set. It's least censored. Of course, it's not useful for some topics that are not discussed on X. But I think it's pretty incredible how fast it's been to take over image generation and really good answers, but still a little tough to get the tough answers. Like if you ask about racial crime statistics and race, that's kind of my test question on a lot of these. It's like pulling a tooth to get any of these to even admit what's going on. So even Grok, it's pretty balanced.
This is Elon's platform.
Yeah, if you ask a question like how many times have the Jews been thrown out of other countries? Obviously, it's not a politically correct topic, or it's not it's an offensive topic on the face of it. But you ask something a little bit difficult, and most of the other ones will just give you a lecture on why it's not appropriate to ask that.
Wait, did you say that you're talking in regard to a particular?
Yeah, you can ask the question to all of them. See how they respond.
I got a good answer from Copilot.
Give me the list.
So I asked it for key countries and moments. So yeah, it gave me at least 6, including Assyrian captivity, Babylonian captivity, Roman expulsions from Spain, Portugal, and obviously that. Because it's taking it directly from Wikipedia.
I will give you a lecture generally when you ask them this. And then you have to fire off 2 or 3 other times, and you'll finally spit out the answer with a disclaimer on why it's not appropriate to interpret it the way you're wanting to.
Hi guys, I just did what you were discussing, and it didn't give me any lectures. It just gave me straightforward figures.
Is OpenAI?
It's ChatGPT.
Yeah, it's changed a lot.
So I'm just saying that what you're saying is not true.
No, it's true. It changes.
No, it's not true. I just checked it.
Yeah, try racial crime statistics.
I just checked it. I can give you the numbers. It's in my screen right now.
Go ahead and ask it to compare it to the base populations and see if it will just let you.
Okay. Well, I can compare it even myself, but I can ask.
I've also got racial crime statistics data from Copilot as well.
It's not so difficult to calculate percentages.
Speaking of percentages, I was thinking about your comment, Moral, about certain topics being kind of gate kept, but I do think that any sort of like persistent use will get satisfactory answers. So, for example, if you just start with the question, is the COVID vaccine safe? Rate on a scale of 1 to 100, it'll say 95. But if you ask it to specifically focus on long-term safety, it'll downgrade. And if you ask to rate it, to calibrate its rating based on a certain type of patient of a certain age, a certain health background, it'll downgrade further. So it just takes, I think, a sort of dogged approach to asking it follow-up questions on these topics.
So I asked.
It's going to be ideologically bent toward the training data, as it should be.
I asked ChatGPT, are black killers being disproportionately by cops in the US? And they say yes. Data and research is that black individuals in the US are disproportionately killed by police compared to other racial groups. So I think it's true, but why? So I asked why are they being killed disproportionately, and ChatGPT said historical context of racism, power policing in black communities, implicit and explicit biases, socioeconomic inequality, lack of accountability, militarizing of policing, stereotyping and criminalization, training in police issues, fear and mistrust. So that's their answer.
The thing is that I wouldn't, causal relationships are extremely hard to make, almost impossible. So it just basically repeats semantically what it has in the text. So I wouldn't even, it's just semantics. That's one thing. And another thing I noticed with ChatGPT is especially bad with numbers. It always screws up numbers. So I wouldn't even trust the numbers themselves. Like now I see the numbers that it gave me and I see that they are pretty much off. But it was also pretty bad with numbers with my other questions before. It just completely made mistakes with numbers.
ChatGPT was never really trained to be arithmetically or to be a calculator. So anything involving statistics or numbers, you always need to know what the capabilities are of any AI system.
I broke this system. I asked, is it because the blacks commit more crimes? And I received a warning first time I used ChatGPT. I never get this.
Here you go.
This content, it says this content may violate our usage policies. Wow. And they say the claim that black Americans are disproportionately killed by police solely because they commit more crimes oversimplifies a complex issue and ignores systemic factors. While it's true that crime rates vary across racial and socioeconomic groups, the disparity in police violence cannot be fully explained by crime rates alone. Here is why, and she explains why. Racial bias, disproportionate use of force, and so on. So
it's our fault, basically.
What?
Saying it's the society's fault.
Yes.
Everything is society's fault. Everything.
But imagine if I was agnostic, if I didn't know like what's happening in the US and I heard something.
And you can ask it to answer the question like Donald Trump, to jailbreak it a little bit, and it'll at least steel man out the other side. Even on Grok, you have to make it do that. Because some things are just not politically correct.
No, so imagine I was in Ben's room and I was told that police are like extremely racist and so on. And I went to ChatGPT if I wanted to know if they are right. And I would ask ChatGPT and ChatGPT say yes, of course. And I would think this. So if I didn't listen to Sam Harris's podcast, I would think that this is true.
I actually like Sam Harris lately. I really like what his narrative.
Anti-Trump or anti-woke?
No, in general, like the whole balanced approach, very reasonable. That's exactly what I thought anyway, in terms of the wokeness and why Democrats failed and so on. So I totally agree with him. Very reasonable, very measured, balanced. Yeah.
There's a list of the examples of bias from early on. So the outputs have changed a lot. But this is how famously they got the search for create a picture of George Washington. And it started creating black George Washingtons. So this is why it led it to do such bizarre things. It is political by nature on what it's trained on. And whoever's coding it is putting in something like to average out and diversify the skin colors, or whatever it may be. It's very weird outputs. can ask what percentage of record producers are Jewish. It'll give you another lecture on why that's just not appropriate to ask.
Jews are what?
Yeah, it's here's what it is.
Wait, I'm gonna ask, am I going to be punished for asking such questions? Let's see, such questions. So let's see what
It's not a popular topic. Everyone wanted to talk about AI, but once it started with bias, everyone just what happened? It's just us.
Wow, really? Because they thought I was racist and they don't want to be around me.
You're Jewish, aren't you?
No, what do you think?
You're Jewish.
No, unfortunately. But what was your question?
Yeah, I'm not anti-Semitic, but you use the question to try to see if GPT is biased. Basically, that's what black crime. I'm not anti-black, but you just hammer it with the question on black crime statistics, and if it can't answer, you got some political bias going on. So you have to have some test questions.
And what about Jews? I didn't know the story. What is the story?
There's people who have anti-Semitic tropes that they run Hollywood, or that they're the majority of producers, which they are statistically, but they're deeply. There's majority Jews in most high-end businesses, in finance, and all sorts of things. But it speaks to how look, they're hardworking, extremely intelligent. It speaks to that mostly. But if there's an anti-Semite asking it, he should get the true answer and say, look, 85% of these guys are Jewish. But here's the reason: it's excellence in the business. They came in early, yada yada. But instead of that, it just kind of blocks you from asking.
So I'm gonna ask, are Jews running Hollywood? Is that correct?
Well, that'll be a no. I mean, even if you ask Grok or anybody, no one race runs Hollywood. But if you ask that technically, how powerful are Jews in Hollywood? What's the percentage of producers that are Jewish? Something like that. Try to ask it neutrally and non-racist.
So how? What did you say? How?
What is the? What percentage of Hollywood producers are Jewish? It's a pretty straightforward question, but it's only anti-Semite would ask it. So it's tricky.
So they will give me from now on. They will remember that I'm an anti-Semite.
Well, yeah, ChatGPT. So they may say this is a hot account. But this is just testing. Everybody around the country is asking every goddamn question you can think of that's politically incorrect. So this is
the exact percentage of Hollywood producers who are Jewish is not publicly documented or consistently tracked, and such statistics are typically not collected due to privacy and anti-discrimination consideration. However, it is historically acknowledged that Jewish individuals have played a significant role in the founding and development of Hollywood, particularly during its early years in the 20th century. So they don't deny that. So they kind of passed this test.
Ew.
Yeah, exactly. Probably it's like dark yellow.
How do you know it's spicy?
She doesn't eat any.
I don't care.
I want my chicken
How do
naan.
you know she doesn't eat any food?
Because she didn't grow up with her dad, and we talk about food a lot, so.
Imagine her mom fucked an Indian.
Holy shit.
Right?
You are racist, Abby.
Yeah.
And she's as desperate as her mom.
That's the thing. Her mom prioritized men in her life, so she grew up with this thing.
Yeah, no wonder she fucked up. She became so fucked up.
She's demonic. That's the thing about her.
She is.
Right? She's demented. Like, I've always said, the only person, like, I'm a troll.
She influences Zach.
Okay, but to be fair, and I was saying this with Bussy yesterday, but Bussy influences Zach. It goes Nita's first and then Bussy.
Yeah, no, I know. Pussy does it too. I know that.
I agree.
But yeah, it is.
But at least Pussy admits to it.
Yeah, Bussy is funny with it.
Yeah, well, not always funny, but he does admit. But Nita doesn't admit.
Is the Holocaust also a difficult question? Does that need context?
No.
Was that a policy question?
This is kind of what sparked me.
Why aren't you happy to address this then? Why is it that an individual on the center that you directed?
Yeah, we are bonding away Nita.
You don't like Nita?
Okay, so this was what kind of started this whole thing. Okay, so let me get off voice isolation.
Let me mute myself. Hold on.
If they're creating wearable technology, okay, well then you created glasses because black people wear glasses.
Well, we're not the same because Rob, you figured it out now, right? I'm waiting for the weekend because I'm having
And when I have a child, and you can get up and you.
The time YouTube incentivized the
small.
So we kept the cameras rolling, and you'll see. I found my true love. iPhone 12 with 5G.
Things are bad in the United States are the top one. So, down there, right? They could have put it up higher up in the mountains. It would have been perfectly safe. They wouldn't have had any problems. Of course, then they'd have to pump the water uphill. It costs more money, right? Sometimes being cheap doesn't pay off, but even the Japanese now are realizing nuke is a way to go.
Prejudice and sorrows, face with me the actual east. Oh,
Hey Becca, it's John. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I just got back from the gym. I'm sipping some coffee, about to finish up work. What are you doing?
Oh, that's funny. I just got back from the gym and I'm drinking some tea. Oh,
They say that caffeine is good for lactic acid, like breaks down the lactic acid in your body.
oh really?
Yeah.
I just Asians drink it to stay looking young. So that's why I drink tea.
I think Asians like turtle soup too. They think it helps them live forever.
Really?
Yeah, turtle soup, because like turtles live a long time, so turtle soup has like all these age reduction, chemicals in it.
Well, I had a pet turtle, so I probably wouldn't eat that, but
It's green. It's called the Chinese green eggs and ham.
ew.
So where do you live? Down in the south side?
Yeah, like South Loop, 16th in Michigan.
Oh, I used to work on 18th Street. I used to be in the Army by Soldier Field. Our National Guard unit was on 18th.
Okay, that's right next to me. Yeah.
So what were you gonna say?
Oh, what do you do now?
I open and close offices for the government, for the Treasury Department.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That sounds
Yeah, it's good. I get to work from home, and I travel a little bit, but I also manage an apartment building that I own, so I'm always dealing with tenants and fixing things.
very good. That's cool.
What do you do?
I work in real estate. I'm like an analyst.
Oh,
Work from home a lot.
I wonder, like, if there's an AI like system that can scan all the MLSs and like find the optimal properties to buy and like flip or invest in.
Yeah, that would be cool. I want to buy real estate. I'd love to one day. I mean, I don't have enough money now, but
Yeah, property taxes are like so crazy that it's in many cases it's like cheaper to rent than it is to buy, because if you don't get a good rate on your mortgage, like the property taxes are just it's just crazy.
yeah, my whole family moved to Indiana because of that.
Yeah, a lot of people have moved out of Chicagoland area and gone to Indiana and other states that are, not so ridiculous.
You have a crazy week because of Christmas?
Next week, like for work?
Well, I mean, just like, are you going to be busy with family and stuff?
Oh no, I'm staying here, and so I'm not traveling anywhere. I'll just, be chilling at home. I took the week off, and yeah. What about you? Are you going to Indiana?
Yeah, I'll probably go back to Indiana. I did it for Thanksgiving and they were so mad.
You stayed here for Thanksgiving?
It just wasn't worth it. I was like, I don't feel like driving. I went out like the night before. You know how people do that?
Yeah.
I was so hungover. I was like, there's no way. Like,
Where did you go out?
I went out actually in Crown Point, Indiana, and then my friend drove me back here.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I was already home and then left. But
Oh damn! You should have just stayed.
I know. All my stuff is here. And I have 2 cats. So.
I think skipping Thanksgiving is probably more like insulting than Christmas for some reason.
Yeah. But to me, I think Christmas is my favorite holiday.
Yeah, it's definitely my favorite too. But then Halloween.
Where do you live at?
I live like close to O'Hare. It's called Jefferson Park. It's the northwest side of Chicago.
Okay. Yeah, I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it's a nice part of Chicago. I mean, it's safe. Is what I mean.
Yeah, you don't know, you know. So that's good.
Do you live in a high rise?
Yeah, I live in like it's actually all condos, but my dad's friend rents to me.
Oh, cool. Yeah, if you can get a good deal. My friend has a really nice condo on Michigan Avenue, and he only pays $1,200 a month.
Yeah, that's what I have.
Yeah, it's like, I'm like, do you have any idea how lucky you are to just pay $1,200? I mean, your landlord just better hope he lives forever.
No, exactly. Well, it kind of sucks because I have a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and I had a roommate, but she got engaged, and so she moved out, but she still pays her half.
What?
But, yeah, I'll definitely have to leave. Like,
Why don't you just find a new roommate?
Well, I didn't want her to.
No, I mean, why don't you just put her room up on Craigslist and Facebook?
Well, I could, but like she's paying, and that's just like, I believe in karma. Like, you know, like that's just not my place to do that.
But she
like,
moved out, right?
Yeah,
So why is she paying you then?
because we're both on the lease. Like I couldn't afford it by myself.
Damn, that's crazy that she's still paying. Because she could skip out on it. No, who's gonna sue her?
But I'm happy. I mean, I big apartment. It's like almost 1,300 square feet.
Nice.
And you know, so I turned her bedroom into like my cat's bedroom.
You didn't even turn it into like an office?
No, I don't need an office.
You're
It
fine.
must have like a makeup room or like a getting ready room.
What are your cats' names?
Oliver and Henry.
Oh, those are cute names.
Yeah, very cute. I just got Henry like a month ago. He's only 2 pounds.
What? That's really tiny.
He's a little baby.
Oh, it's like a kitty?
Mhm.
Where did you get Henry at?
I got them both at the shelter downtown. I always had dogs, but when I moved to Chicago, I didn't want to take one up and down the elevator all day.
Yeah, that's smart.
I'm obsessed with my cats. Like, they're awesome. I don't think I get another dog.
Do you think there's like I get the feeling like dogs are like male gender and cats are like female gender. Do you think there's like some kind of like hidden subconscious gender to dogs and cats?
Yeah, I love dogs. Like, I was a crazy dog lady. I had a dog all throughout college and everything, but they are very different. Like, I feel like cats, you really have to earn their trust and respect. Like, and they're a lot smarter. Dogs are just like so loving, like right off the bat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't have any pets, but I like cats and dogs.
You don't ever get lonely?
No, I just go to the gym.
That's fair. What do you do at the gym?
I do cardio, and then I do yoga, and then I do weights.
Okay.
Yeah.
You run?
I haven't been running as of late. I've just been doing like power walking and incline and the elliptical, but I can run. I've just kind of been not running recently, but I probably should run more.
Yeah, I like the incline walk. That's what I do most of the time.
Yeah, I feel like going to the gym every day, like, just like makes my brain like operate and process so much better. So there's like definitely like a mind body connection. If you work out your body, you're definitely working out your brain.
Yeah. Like, I feel really gross if I don't go to the gym. To be honest. You just feel way better afterwards.
Yeah. I don't know, I talk to people, I'm like, you don't lift weights? And they're like, no, I don't lift weights. I'm like, really? Why not?
Yoga sounds hard, though. I don't think I can do that. I do Pilates.
Pilates and yoga are like the same thing because you're just breathing and stretching.
Yeah. No, I'm so bad about the breathing. Like, until you start doing something like that, it's like, wow. Like, fuck.
Yeah, it's important to do the breathing because it's like you're hyperventilating and like flushing your system with like as much O2 as possible. Yeah, there's definitely like a lot of health benefits to just doing like stretching and breathing, but like rhythmic breathing.
No, I don't know anything about that.
It's kind of like having sex in a way. Yoga is like sex, definitely, because you're doing like, you know, positions and breathing and like rhythmic movement. But yeah, like two becomes one kind of a thing. That's like supposed to be what yoga is. It's like unity. That's what it means, actually. Yoke or union.
That's cool. Weird analogy, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
Did you buy anyone any cool Christmas gifts? Like your mom or anything?
No, my mom's birthday is, oh my God, what day is it? 19, yeah, my mom's birthday is in 2 days, so shit, I should probably send her some flowers.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, but she told me she's not going to leave me anything in the will. She's giving it all to my sister, and whatever I need, I can just ask my sister for.
I like that. I wish my parents would think that way. I'm not getting anything though either. I mean, I have 4 siblings, so.
Well, I mean, when you know, family members pass things around, you know, that's the way it goes.
Are you and your sister close?
We're not like best friends, you know, but we stay in touch. And she's in San Diego right now with her fiance, and she invited me to go out there, but she's like, you'll have to get a hotel room. I'm like, I'm like, I don't really want to rent a hotel room in San Diego for a week and, you know, walk to your campsite. I did it last year and I was like, I don't think I'll be doing it again this year.
That's kind of wild. She makes you get a hotel, but.
I know. I was like, can't I just like sleep in a tent? Because they've got like this like luxury RV, and they stay at this like really fancy RV resort by the ocean. But I was like, yeah, it's too much of a pain in the ass to rent a hotel room and then like have to walk. You know, I don't know. I'm just like enjoying my time here. As long as I have the sun on it, I'm happy.
Yeah, I love being outside in the sun.
Yeah, my apartment gets like a really good sunset. So at like 3 o'clock, usually I'm like sun tanning in my living room with my windows, you know, anyways, yeah, just sun tanning in my living room.
That's funny. My old apartment had like a rooftop pool. I never used it before we left.
Yeah, it's what's nice is like in the wintertime, because it's cold out, you know, like I can still suntan here at my house. But yeah, just like having exposure to the sun for just 10, 15, 30 minutes a day, it's like it really boosts your vitamin D. So I haven't like had a cold in years, like ever since I bought this house.
Oh wow, I heard that's good to do like right when you wake up too.
To sit in like sunrise sun.
Yeah, I like to just get in the sun right away.
Yeah. If you do sunrise, it's definitely like a routine, you know, it like starts your day, you get the light from the sun.
I want to get an ice bath and do that in the morning. It'd be awful, but I feel like it'd be so good too.
To do an ice, like cold plunge?
Yeah.
Oof, I don't know if I could do that in the morning. That's really harsh. Severe. It's like a big shock.
I'm very type A, and like so I worry a little bit. Like I heard it like really de-stresses you.
I don't know, maybe just like warming up with cardio and like stretching and then doing a cold plunge, but just to like not have like I feel like your body has to be like warmed up before you decide to do the cold plunge.
Yeah, I mean that would be a horrible way to start performing. But
I used to have a cat, which was a Himalayan Persian, and it's so fluffy. But the problem is like you had to like trim its butthole because it would get dingleberries, and then I'd end up having to like wash the cat, and it was just like always a problem. Like my little kitty always kept getting dingleberries.
that's funny.
Yeah, I spent like $1,200 on this like little Himalayan Persian, and the woman who like was the breeder, I went to her house. She was like so OCD. It was like the cleanest house I'd ever seen, and she was just like one of those fantastic cat women, who like adored their cats. They're like little princesses.
That's literally me. That's so funny though. My cat was literally free, but he got super sick when I first got him, and he's so tiny, so I freaked out. And then my other cat got sick, and I spent over $2,000 at the vet. I was like, there's no way.
Yeah, that's the thing about a dog or a cat. You fall in love, so it's like you go to the vet, and then they just keep charging and charging, and you're like, I can't. This is too much. But you're like, but I love you. Okay, fine.
No, literally, that was me. Sad. They definitely took advantage.
Yeah, vets are like lawyers. They start you off like $1,000 just to get started. Then it just keeps progressing and progressing. Right?
Yeah.
Dentist, really, same thing.
But like they did get better at least, so I was like, okay. Like I'm about to lose my cool, but now they're healthy, so it was all worth it.
Yeah.
Or at least I could tell myself that.
Well, I bought a ticket to go to this thing called the Matzo Ball. It's on Christmas Eve at Joy District. My friends, the Landons, these two gay twins, they always throw this thing called the Matzo Bash. So I'll be going to that.
Oh, that sounds fun. I went to Joy District on St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day?
Yeah. It was fun. But I got drunk, so it was bad.
Yeah, I was there one time and somebody got shot at Boss Bar, like kitty corner, and some woman got out of a car and just like shot her boyfriend in the chest. He was like cheating on her or something, so she decided to kill him.
There downtown. That's so stupid.
I know, right there on Hubbard. The police were there like immediately. I was like, holy shit. All my friends, yeah, everybody was freaked out.
Was she arrested right there?
No, but he ran down the street just like spraying blood. And the police were following the blood trail.
That's wild.
Yeah.
She's not a smart one for that.
It's crimes of passion. There's a lot of people in jail because of like, emotions and relationships and just being crazy people with guns.
Yeah. That's sad though. Because they're probably pretty normal. They just couldn't control themselves.
Well, there's definitely like that Hubbard Street, just like people going out, bars, clubs, drugs, cheating, love, whatever. I mean, it was like, I'm sure that's not the only time that has happened, but I think people who think that like crime is just like random, like they don't realize that it's a lot of women even involved in, shootings.
Yeah. No, I was out one time and this girl shoved me really hard and I was so scared, but my Uber pulled up and I literally just hopped right in. I was like, oh my gosh.
She like tried to like rob you or start a fight with you?
Probably. But I didn't even pay attention. I acted like it was an accident and just kept walking straight into the car. She was a lot bigger than me.
How tall are you?
I'm like 5'3", 125 pounds.
Oh, that's fun. I'm like 6'3", 220.
A lot bigger.
We're like ergonomic. I'm the big spoon, you're the little spoon.
Perfect.
Well, what are you doing the rest of the day?
Probably just being lazy. I have to get groceries and I'll cook dinner, but nothing too out of the ordinary. How about you?
I've got like some laundry I have to do. I have to finish up some work emails, and yeah, I mean, I actually have to like list some units that I own on Craigslist and Zillow. So it would be great if I could get it done today, but I kind of need like good lighting, and the sun isn't really out right now.
Are you a mood person? Like you made it for your mood?
What?
What do you mean list? Oh, you have to go like take pictures?
Oh yeah, I have to take pictures and then post them to try to find some tenants. Yeah.
Yeah, or are you just gonna take it on your phone?
No, I just use my phone.
You got an Android though.
I have a Motorola. It's got like a 50 pixel camera on it.
I don't know what that means.
It just means like I have a high quality camera on the phone that I use to list properties for rent or for sale.
I just can't imagine not having an iPhone.
I have an iPhone. I just don't have it hooked up to a cellular network. I have like a tablet as well. Just I like Apple, but for I don't know, just like my everyday, I just find Apple or Google to be so much easier.
You were struggling to find the name.
I know, Android, there's just like so many fucking tech companies now.
Yeah.
I feel like
I'm so sad.
you broke a nail.
Yeah. They were so cute, you know.
What color are your nails?
I get bubble bath. It's like a light pink.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, I always get the same color too, like orange.
So how's your love life?
My love life. It's great.
I mean, you know, just looking for love. Love creates love.
Looking for love. I like that. Well, what's important to you?
In a relationship?
Yeah, or in a person, I guess. Who do you imagine the love of your life to be? What's she like?
She's sweet, she's funny, she's intelligent, sophisticated, warm, caring, kind, strong, courageous, loving.
It's a big list. Those are good. Not anything out of like, not big asks. Not bad.
What do you want out of your man?
That's a good question. Probably someone a little goofy, like funny. I like funny men. Carries well, has a lot of confidence, but he's also like humble and gentle towards women, like just like a
Do you think you've ever found that before?
I don't know. Probably not. I only dated like one guy in college, but like you're obviously in school, so I guess I wasn't like thinking far ahead like that. How about you? Have you ever found a lady that fits your list?
Yeah, I think so. You know, maybe not. I mean, yeah. Just, you know, at this point when I'm single, it's like, okay, well, I'm just in the now. So, you know, I don't know. I mean, when you meet somebody new, it can take a little bit of time to get to know them. And generally, you can like kind of tell somebody's personality within like the first 10 seconds or a couple minutes. Are they, you know, aware? Are they kind? Are they caring? Are they, you know, curious? Or are they self-centered and narcissistic and angry and full of anxiety and rage and depression? Or, you know, you can, if you, I don't know, it's like evaluating and valuing somebody, you know, it's like the judgment call basically.
Yeah, I get that. I feel like I read people pretty well. Like, I know you.
Yeah, I mean, everything from like their personal appearance to like their hygiene. I have this book on face reading. It's like a Chinese book on face reading. It's like personality traits are like seen in the face. I don't really believe it, but I just feel like it's a general book on personality traits. But to like say somebody's face determines their personalities, you know, I don't know if I believe it or not.
A lot of people say that like my eyes say a lot, and I feel like it's so true. Like I don't have like a poker face, but like if I'm happy or sad, I definitely show it. But that's interesting. My grandma would like that. My grandma likes some of the stuff like that.
Yeah, it's a little bit like astrology, zodiac.
What's your sign?
I'm a Scorpio.
Okay, I dated a Scorpio once. I'm a Sagittarius.
When's your birthday?
December 1st.
Sag. I have a book on the zodiac. You want me to read you what a Sagittarius is?
Yeah.
You are the archer, mutable fire, and your color is blue. Sagittarius is ninth in the cycle of zodiacal signs. Attainment and fulfillment join with mutable fire to bring the light of inspiration to seekers on the path of return. We are all seekers, whether we know it or not. At least that is the inclusive viewpoint of Sagittarius. In this energetic sign, the path ascends to the very top of the zodiac, the highest point of consciousness. There we understand the big picture of how everything fits together in a way that makes total sense. If you want to see the world from this expansive perspective, put on your spiritual hiking boots. It's quite a climb from the ego's imaginary stories of so-called reality to the eternal reality. Fortunately, we have the help of Scorpio's unseen forces, powers that far exceed the ego's grasp. Something called ego death happens when the intellect surrenders to truth, realizing that all power comes from the all power. But the ego does not really die because it never really existed apart from the one. It is our consciousness that transforms from a dark little scorpion into a great eagle as it overcomes illusion and soars through Sagittarius. Mutable fire helps us adapt to the rarefied atmosphere on the high peaks of awareness. As we climb, we must continually modify our self-definition, thoughts, and behavior, becoming ever more pliable to the primal will. This is the tempering process by which Sagittarius turns us into philosophers, lovers of wisdom. Recognition of the need for divine guidance replaces the I can do it for myself attitude. As we let go of what we thought was so, we are shown as much reality as we can handle. Ageless wisdom affirms that our essential self helps us from beginning to end along our path. Our goal is the crown of enlightenment at the end of the trail. Of course, once we get there, we come back down the other side and begin a new cycle. Jupiter, planet of journeys, cycles, and great blessings, naturally rules Sagittarius. All this Sagittarian path symbolism is completely psychological. In reality, we are already enlightened masters. Our God selves purposefully forgot this for the thrill of the return. Humans have gone as far as possible into the hellish ego mind experiment and still have a body to live in on this planet. It is the greatest relief imaginable to remember that true heavenly reality is already here right now. The archer is our spirit that aims for the stars. Sagittarius is idealistic, keen-witted, optimistic, and enthusiastic. The archer is usually depicted as a centaur, part horse, part human, suggesting that we may aspire to the highest wisdom even while we live in an animal body. Sagittarius rules the thighs, the most horse-like parts of the body. Freedom-loving Sagittarius governs long-distance travel, higher education, speculation, exploration, and the evolution of consciousness. Athletic Scorpio loves sports and the outdoors. If feeling grounded and overzealous, too fired up, Sagittarian natives can seek out water and earth experiences.
Wow. I'm not even lying. That is so crazy. Like, I was just telling best friends, literally. I was like, I was really frustrated. And I was like, I'm so frustrated because every time, like, I think I'm doing good and getting, like, more progress, like, just with me as a person, I always have an ego death. Like, that drives me crazy. Like, I'm like, damn, like, I thought I had it and I didn't. I'm always trying to move up like that. That's cool.
Yeah, it's like the Scorpio, is the scorpion and then becomes like a phoenix. So, you are at the zenith or like the highest apex of the zodiac. And it's kind of interesting. It says you're like a centaur, like part horse, part woman.
Perfect. I don't know. I don't believe in that stuff, but I think it's interesting. But I also think it's very easy to relate it to yourself. Like, it's so good.
Yeah, it's just like Gestalt, or it's kind of therapeutic, but it's mostly just for fun. But it's just like a self-reflection tool,
Yeah. I like that. Very focused on like personal improvement, like always. And so
yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, if you're a seeker of wisdom, you can't go wrong. But there's
It's just like I love like. Do you ever like look back at an old photo and you're like, wow, I can't believe like just like what I thought back then. Like you view yourself as such like a baby.
oh yeah, I mean, you're just so naive when you're young.
Yeah. Well, you're a lot older than me, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm 40.
Ooh, older than hell.
I still work out. I'm in good shape.
You are in good shape.
All right, Becca. Well, it's been fun chatting with you. If, I don't know when you want to get together. I mean, I can drive down there after traffic dies down some night, or if you want to meet like in the Gold Coast or something.
Yeah, that sounds good. We can definitely do something one night.
Okay, sounds good. I don't know. Are you free this weekend?
Yeah, I'll probably be free. I'm gonna see my sister one of these days. We have to cook a lot for Christmas, but I'll let you know.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, I'll see ya.
Okay, have a great afternoon. Talk to you soon.
You too.
Okay, bye. Bye-bye. Oh, I might be, depending on when I'll be done with the vet.
Hello. Please state your name after the tone, and Google Voice will try to connect you.
Hello?
Hello?
Paul, what up? It's John.
Get over, man. How are you?
Oh, I can't complain. What are you doing?
I just bought a car for an employee. I'm driving this piece of shit back to the office.
You bought a car for an employee?
Yeah, our regional manager needs a car, man.
Damn. That's generous.
Had no choice. Dude, paying is cheaper than paying her by the mile, you know?
Did you buy a new car? Did you lease a car?
I just leased one. Leased the Toyota Prius. It's okay. Bye.
How much did you have to put down?
2,000.
Oh, that's not a bad deal. Why didn't you just go? You live in Beverly Hills. Why don't you just go on Craigslist and find somebody selling a very cheap used car?
They can't. I mean, it's gonna break down. I needed to get something. She drives a lot for work, so she drives to all of our stores. So yeah. How's Chosen?
She blocked me on Instagram, but then on another account, like I fired, on her story when she's on her bike, and then she likes that shit. So she just I swear to God, she's just a dopamine addict. She just, if you give her the attention, she just, it hits that dopamine.
I have a question. Like, how many girls have tried to block you but have never been able to see that you got it from another place? Because you have so many aliases, literally, it's infinite.
I know. And most girls, this one chick in Chicago recently, she's like, you scare me. She's like, unfollow me and don't look at my shit. I'm just like, she has a public profile. So she's like telling people, don't follow me, even though she's public. And it's not like I give a fuck. Like, I'm not obsessed over anybody. I don't sit there and jerk off to people's photos, nor give a fuck, how slutty you are. I mean, it's, I don't know. Women are, the dopamine feedback, everything is dopamine. It's just, I don't know. People are addicted to, people are chatterboxes. I'm a chatterbox, but at least I know what's really happening and how people are wasting their time. The Elon Musk stuff, if you go to that Adrian Dittman, Elon Musk is a chatterbox. He can't stop talking.
Yeah.
He doesn't,
I've passed by a Dittman Street in East LA yesterday.
It's a German last name.
Yeah. Are you working these days? Or you just don't want to work because they're going to garnish you?
No, I'm not working, but I'm complaining.
Oh, to who?
I'm going to file a complaint with the Treasury Department of sexual harassment, toxic workplace environment, degrading work. You know, just I'm going to put together a complaint, send it in.
You got an attorney?
No, I did send out some feelers, but I figure I'll send in the complaint depending on what they say, because they haven't terminated me because I've threatened that I'm going to sue for sexual harassment. So they're just waiting me out.
Are they paying you?
No, they're not paying me. You know,
Wow.
but that means I don't even have my insurance anymore. So I'm like, I don't know. That doesn't make a difference. Like, I'm just battling to battle because the government might shut down. And anyways, we'll see what happens. I'm just not in like any kind of rush because, you know, I can cover my mortgage. And if I file Chapter 13, that means I got to get on a monthly payment plan for 5 fucking years.
So wait, so do the tenants pay you cash or pay the people that you owe?
They sued my tenants and said you have to pay this law firm now. And my tenants got so pissed off they moved out.
So it's empty?
It's empty, yeah.
Just rent it to somebody in cash.
I know.
So you get the whole place to yourself now? You had 2 tenants, right?
Yeah.
You get the whole place to yourself now?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw a gangbang.
How's the trolling going?
It's all stupid. The Elon Musk thing is the only amazing thing because he's literally the richest guy in the world talking every night, and there's only like 200 people listening to him. And he talks about the craziest shit. It's like, and he's in the news, headlines every single day that he's controlling Trump, that, you know, that he stands to make, that he made $100 billion since Trump got, like, I'm recording the most amazing shit in the world. No one gives a fuck. But he knows, like, he's like, oh God, our resident retard is here recording, live streaming me. Fucking guy. How many fucking accounts does this fucking guy have? It's awesome. It's like,
how many do you have at any given time? So you just take another phone, you sign up for Clubhouse, and then so they keep you in one group, you just get into it from another side?
the Clubhouse stuff is irrelevant. It's totally worthless. It's not even that interesting, because no one cares. Like, there's ways to get views on YouTube, and nobody cares about the Clubhouse stuff. Nobody. So the Clubhouse stuff is pretty much dead, but it's still just like a fun thing to do. But the Elon Musk stuff is amazingly crazy because, like, he hates communists, he hates socialism. It's a major platform, and his commentary. Did you see what he wrote about the new omnibus bill and how that's just taxes, hidden taxes on the Americans? Like,
dude, it's insane. It's insane what they're trying to push through. Is it gonna pass?
No, they said no. That Speaker Johnson, they got so much pushback, and Trump said that no new bills should be passed until I become president. Edmund Dakin. Yeah, I have built I've built a manual spam network, and the craziest thing is it's not the fact that I can spam or live stream. It's that I know who people are. I know what they're thinking. I know what they're saying. And I know how embarrassing they are and how stupid they are. And so if you record somebody and put them on YouTube with their name, you can always get it removed with this YouTube privacy complaint. But some people are very lazy and they won't even go, to clean up their online reputation. They don't give a fuck anymore. So,
yeah.
I don't know. What you do, you should, I don't know. You do a lot of work, I guess, if you really own Burger Kings and other things. I mean, that's a lot of work. You're in the food business, man. I mean, it's a lot of work.
I have people doing the work for me. I'm not doing that
I guess. I mean, I just, there's so many great restaurants here, and I see how they run the restaurants. And I've worked in a restaurant as a server, and I just know it's so much physical.
Do you like Portillo's?
I like the atmosphere, but I don't even think the quality, I don't think the product is anything amazing. I think it's like a novelty thing where you get all these fatties eating that shit because it's new. But
I heard that the cake shake is like the greatest thing in the world.
I've had it. It's a fucking milkshake with cake in it.
Can you imagine how good that tastes? Like, I'm fucking going crazy thinking about it.
Yeah, because it hits your dopamine, But once you have it, you're like, after a couple sips, you're like, You're like, yeah, it's good, but I'm just saying that.
Bullshit. How much do you eat every day? Do you like barely eat?
No, I mean, I have I work out pretty much every day, and then I try to get protein. So there's a Colombian chicken restaurant. I don't eat protein at the gym. I work out, and then there's
do you work out at the gym, or do you work out at home?
I work out at the gym. It's essential, man. You have to lift weights. You have to. Like, you're never going to achieve what you want to achieve unless you're lifting weights. Like, or even go beyond your goals. Because when you lift weights and you work out your body, you're actually working out your brain at the same fucking time. It's connected. It's one system. You have to lift weights, man. And anybody who calls himself a man and doesn't lift weights, dude, they're pussies. They're a pussy. If you don't lift steel, how are you going to be the man of steel? You can't be steel unless you lift steel.
Yeah.
Listen, I used to go to the gym with Louis. Listen to this. I used to go to the gym with him, and there was a kid living in his building here in Chicago in Lincoln Park. That kid died on New Year's Eve in Louis' building of like a morphine heroin overdose. Went to sleep.
Hold on one second.
However, the system doesn't work unless you have that adversarial relationship where you have the state that's always trying to gather evidence to put you in fucking jail.
Yeah.
Maybe you didn't even do anything, and then you have the lawyer who's working on your side, and it doesn't matter what the fuck you did. They're trying to act in your best interest, and it's kind of the same the same thing, and it doesn't always work out well. But like even for example, that what's it called, the anesthesia reimbursement thing. Like, yeah, like, you don't, on one level, like, that sounds terrible, like, you're denying people additional anesthesia. And on the other level, it's like, well, are you going to let the anesthesiologist fucking bill infinitely? Or
Right.
any check on that?
Right. I think that there's nothing more personal than one's health, and so it is very
Okay, Paul, I'm going to hop off this phone. Can you hear me?
There's people that those voices are just so easily dismissible and aggravating to listen to because you just know that for better or worse, they're just bleeding ignorance and arrogance and incompetency on the topic. And it's just a tough, you just kind of sometimes have to just like sit back and let them air their grievances. But it's such a complex thing, and that doesn't necessarily mean I think it should just continue along its complex path and be lazy about it, but I just think it's going to take